Bonjour, let's have a look at Quelle heure est-il? What time is it? Part 2. That's right, we are going to have a look at the second part of how to tell the time in French. Now, if you have not done so already, please have a look at how to tell the times part 1, okay? And this is lesson 15, okay? It's very important because this one here is going to be slightly more complicated. I am going to teach you how to say quarter past, quarter to, half past, but also how you would say 10 past and 10 to, for example. Okay, so it's a slightly more complex lesson. Are you ready? Because that's going to be complicated. Right, okay. Now, telling the time in French is a little tricky. What I'd like to start with is by just simply telling you how to say half past, okay? Now, half past in French is et demi. Et demi, okay? So, and half, et demi. So, if you wanted to say it is 3:30, you would start with the hour, trois, and then add et demi. Okay, so instead of saying 3:30, you would say 3:30. Okay, and that's what you have to get here first. Okay, to get used to the fact that we are giving the hour first and then the minute comes after. So, 3:30. Quelle heure est-il? Il est 3:30. Okay, it is 3:30 as in 3:30. Okay, so il est 2:30. Il est 4:30. And so on. Okay, you wouldn't properly say il est 16:30. You would, I suppose it works. Il est 3:30, 15:30. I think it's better to say il est 15:30. It's 15:30, like we saw in part 1 of this lesson. Sorry. Okay, il est 16h30, il est 17h30. Okay, but if you wanted to say and half as in et demi, you would say il est 2h30, il est 3h30, il est 4h30. Okay, so and half. Now, consider and half. How would you say it is quarter past? Well, it's the same principle. Instead of saying and a half, you would say and a quarter. So we'd say et quart. Have a look at quart and not quart. Quart. Okay. Et quart. Same principle. Il est 2h15. Quarter past 2. Il est 3h15. Il est 4h15. Il est 10h15. Il est 11h15. Okay? And all you have to do here is add a quarter. Okay? Alternatively, you could say il est 14h15. Okay, that's 14:15. Il est 15h15. Just the way I taught you in part 1 of this lesson. Okay? Now, how would you say quarter to? So, you want to say it is quarter to 1. Okay? This one is tricky. It's very tricky because the way you do that, you take the hour, okay, une heure, which is 1, okay, and you minus the quarter, okay, because it's quarter towards 1 o'clock. We say it's 1 o'clock minus a quarter in French. Ah! Okay, so this works this way. Il est 1h moins le quart. Il est 1h moins le quart. Okay? Il est 1h moins le quart, and that means it's quarter to 1. That, I think if you're not used to telling the time this way, it might be quite a challenge. Do you know what? Quarter to 1 is 12:45. So why don't you say il est 12h45, if that makes it easier? Okay? Up to you. So, for example, if you wanted to say it is quarter to 4, how would you do that? Now, remember the time, the hour comes first. First. Il est 4 heures, okay, it's 4 o'clock, minus 15 minutes, minus a quarter, so moins le quart. Il est 4 heures moins le quart. Okay, so to recap very quickly, and a half is et demi, the hour, et demi. A quarter past would be the hour et quart, and a quarter. Now, quarter to would be the hour minus, so moins le quart, okay? Moins le quart. Does it make sense to you? Yes? Can we carry on? Okay, now you're going to tell me, okay, we've learned that, that's really hard, or might forget about it in 10 minutes, but it doesn't matter because guess what? You can watch this video again. Yes, you can. Now, how do you say it is 10 past 11? Okay, now we are learning how to say 10 past, 20 past, 25 past, and so on. Now, the way you do that is quite simply. You would say the hour first, which is 11, and then you would tell me the number of minutes. So, il est 11h10. Quite simply. Okay, it's 11:10. Okay, il est 11h10. Okay, you wouldn't here say et 10, would you? No. You wouldn't say et 20, 11h20. You wouldn't say that. So you would quite simply say il est 11h20 if it was 20 past 11. Okay? Now, so you would need to put the hour, then the minutes, remember. So 20 past 2 would be what? 20 past 2. Yeah, it would be 2:20. Wouldn't it? So you would say, il est 2h20. Quite simply, il est 2h20. Okay? Now that's a tricky one, but not as tricky as the 22, the hours. Okay, now we've seen this, which is past the hours, okay? But what happens when you want to say it is 20 to 2? For example, it is 20 to 2. The way you're going to do that is a bit like the minus a quarter thing. You're going to use the word minus, which is moins. So, it is 20 to 2 will be il est 2h minus 20, moins 20. Okay, il est 2h moins 20. Okay, that's, I realize that as I am teaching you this, how complex it is, okay, because of the different ways we have to tell times, okay. Please choose the one that is better for you. I personally think that if you wanted to say 20 to 2, you might want to say 1:40. So, quite easy, 1h40 might be your best bet here, okay. But again, you might want the challenge. I don't know. Whatever, rock your boat. No, rocks your boat. What is the expression? Whatever rocks your boat?
Boat, one boat.
Oh, boat. Rocks your boat. Anyway, so if you wanted to say it is 25 to 3, how would you do that? Yeah. Okay, so 25 to 3 will be 3 o'clock minus 25 minutes. Okay, so start with 3. Il est 3 heures, and then minus it, moins 25. Okay, il est 3 heures moins 25. Okay, it's 25 to 3. Okay, equally, you could say 2:35. Il est 2h35. Okay, if you're counting in the 24-hour clock, il est 14h35. Am I speaking too fast here? I've just realized that maybe it might be too much. No? Okay. Now, we have learned how to say 10 past and 22 or 10 to. Okay, remember that 10 to would be the hour moins 10 minus 10. Okay, we have seen how to say and quarter, et quart for quarter past. We have seen how to say quarter to, so moins le quart. Okay, we've seen how to say half past, et demi. Okay, and we've seen how to say 10 to, which is moins 10, or 10 past, which is the hour and 10 minutes. Okay, remember well all these things. But like I said a minute ago, please do it the way suits you best. Okay, now it is your turn. I'm going to show you a clock. I would like you to tell me what time it is. Quelle heure est-il? What time is it now? So as you said, 6:30. Okay, it could be a 24-hour clock or not. Très bien. Il est 6h30. It is 6:30 or 6:30 also in English. Il est 6h30. Okay, or you could say 6h30. Alternatively, if it's a 24-hour clock, you would say 18:30, 18h30. Okay, have a look at this clock. What time is it? Quelle heure est-il? So we can see it's 3:15. Okay, 3:15. How would you say that in French? Yes, absolutely. Remember that 3:15 is and a quarter and the time first. So, il est 3h15. Il est 3h15. Alternatively, you could say il est 15h15, okay? Have a look at this one. What time is it? Is it? Quelle heure est-il? It is 22:05, okay? Or 4:40. What is it in French? Remember, hour first, 5 heures, and then minus it by the minute. So, il est 5h moins 20. Okay, so it's 5 and minus 20 minutes because it's not quite 5 o'clock yet. Okay, so il est 5h moins 20. Okay, well done you. And to finish, what time is it now? Quelle heure est-il maintenant? Il est, well done, 10h moins le quart. Il est 10h moins le quart. Again, it is 9:45. In French, we say it's 10 minus 15 minutes. So, il est 10h moins le quart. Okay. Alternatively, you could say, il est 9h45. Okay. 9:45. Okay. Now, I understand that this lesson, and that's why I split the two lessons into here, are very, very hard. I'm going to give you a little exercise here. How do you say, in French, it is 3:15? Okay, I'm not going to give you the answer to that because you're going to write a comment and let me know how to say that in French on one of the comments for this lesson. So, how do you say it is 3:15? Okay, that's my little exercise for you. Try to work this one out. If you're unsure, why don't you watch this video again? Okay, that's it for me on telling the time or quelle heure est-il. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned. Okay, have a look at it again. I understand it is quite complex. Okay, and like I said before, it is up to you the way you choose to tell time. Doesn't matter as long as it makes sense to you. Okay. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also have a look at learnfrenchwithalexa.com where I take your French to the next level. That's it for me. Au revoir. À bientôt. Bisous, bisous.